Hi everyone, today we are going to learn about a new chapter, that is respiration in organism. Students, every organism they needs energy to carry out its life process. Okay, we had learned this concept earlier as well. So we need energy to walk, run and do any work. We require energy to write, read, eat and talk. While when we are sleeping, then also we require some energy. Okay, so ultimately we can say that all living organisms need oxygen for the breakdown of digested food to obtain energy. So what is respiration actually means? Respiration is the process of taking in oxygen and using it for the release of energy by breaking down of food and eliminating the waste product like carbon dioxide and water. Okay, we will explain the process of respiration in detail further. uh, it involves two steps. First we will learn about what is external respiration. Students, external respiration, as I had written over here, breathing. We all know that what is the air which we take inside, okay, our body. You all know that what is the air which we give out of the body. Okay, so it is the simple process of breathing and we call it as external respiration. So the process of taking in air that is rich in oxygen and giving out air that is rich in carbon dioxide by any living organisms with the help of their which organs. Like for digestion, which organs are required? Digestive organs. Or so for respiration, which organ should be required over here? Yes, it should be respiratory organ. So with the help of their respiratory organ, that is known as external respiration, and in common way we call it as simple process of breathing, right? And the second one is internal respiration. Internal respiration is also called as cellular respiration. Why it is called cellular respiration? Because this respiration takes place inside the cell of our body. Yes, each cell of our body. Okay, so what is this? The process of breakdown of food. And what is our food? That is glucose. Okay, so the process of breakdown of food in the cells with the release of energy is called internal respiration, or we can say that cellular respiration. And cellular respiration, they are again of two type. Okay, first one is aerobic respiration. So the respiration, the breakdown of food, we can say that into carbon dioxide and water to release energy by using what? In the presence of oxygen. Okay, I will explain you generally with the help of this equation. I hope you are able to understand with the help of this given chemical equation. You know, student, what is C6H12O6? Do you remember? You had heard, you had learned somewhere. Yes, during the process of photosynthesis, we had learned what is the formula of glucose, that is C6H12O6, and it is the food of what? Food of plant, which is obtained by the process of photosynthesis. So we know glucose is the simple form of the food. So ultimately we can say that glucose is the simplest form of the food, and this simple form of the food is breakdown in the presence of oxygen. So that's why we had written plus O2. Okay, that means food glucose is breakdown in the presence of oxygen. That's why we are calling it as a aerobic respiration. And what is the end product which we are getting here? We are getting carbon dioxide, water and energy. So this is how we obtain energy with the help of food as well as the oxygen. Okay, and the second type of cellular respiration is called as anaerobic respiration, just opposite of aerobic. So it take place in the absence of oxygen. And we will also see this with the help of the given equation. You know, C6H12O6, again it is a food, it is the glucose, your food, okay. But this time I had not written plus O2 because why I had not written plus O2? Because it is in the absence of oxygen. Oxygen is not used, okay. That's why it is called as anaerobic. So here the food glucose is break down into a new thing. And what is this new thing? C2H5OH. This is the formula of alcohol, and along with alcohol we get carbon dioxide and energy. Okay, generally students, aerobic respiration, like most of the living organisms carried out aerobic respiration, like humans, animals, everyone, most of the living organisms, okay. So that's why such organisms are called as aerobes, and aerobic respiration is the most efficient form of respiration, okay. And what about anaerobic? Can you think can you think respiration is happening in the absence of oxygen? That means oxygen is not required in those organisms. Yes, we are having, because you know nowadays we are dealing with amazing microbes, so here also the smallest amazing simple organisms are showing their extra type of system which they possess. So some organisms like yeast, have you heard of this word yeast? Mainly generally ask your mom, because yeast is also used for cooking purposes, various cooking purposes, okay. Yeast is used. So these organism, yeast and some bacteria, they do not require oxygen during respiration. So what happened? The breakdown of food, the glucose break down into alcohol and carbon dioxide with the release of energy without the use of oxygen, and that's why we are calling it as anaerobic. So in yeast and other bacterias, only anaerobic respiration take place, and these organisms are called as anaerobes, okay. But here what happened, the amount of energy given out in anaerobic respiration is much less than in aerobic respiration, okay. Let us now briefly compare these two type of cellular respiration on the basis of certain parameters, okay. The first parameter I am taking oxygen. So aerobic take place in the presence of oxygen, anaerobic in the absence of oxygen, okay. Now the next parameter I am taking breakdown of food. So what happened in aerobic respiration, complete breakdown of food is take place, okay. But in anaerobic respiration, incomplete breakdown of food takes place, okay. Now the third parameter which I am taking is end product, okay. End product means what is the product which we are getting. So end product means we are in case of aerobic, as you are able to see, so what product we are getting in aerobic respiration? Yes, that is carbon dioxide, water and energy, okay. And what is the end product of anaerobic respiration? Here we are getting carbon dioxide and alcohol along with energy, okay. And the last finally parameter which I am taking is how much amount of energy is released. So as you all know, aerobic respiration, as it is the efficient form of respiration, so we get abundant amount of energy, large amount of energy in this case. But in case of anaerobic respiration, very less amount of energy is there, okay. Student, one more thing which I want to tell you is that yeast are single cell, simple organism, microorganism, okay. And they, as you know now, that they respire anaerobically, and during this process they yield what is the product? Alcohol. Therefore, they are used to make wine, beer, alcohol in various distilleries. Okay, generally in industries they are using it for the manufacturing of wine and alcohol. Okay, now one more thing which I want to tell you, that anaerobic respiration takes place in our muscles also. Sometime it happens. How is it possible? Anaerobic, that means some respiration is taking place inside the muscles, our muscles. Okay, what is that? Here, sorry student, like the spelling of anaerobic is written wrong. It is ANAEROBIC. Okay, anaerobic. So what happened actually? Generally, during heavy exercise, during fast running, heavy exercise means when you run very brisk walking, like fast running, cycling, walking for many hours, and heavy weightlifting, the demand of energy is very high. If you are doing more work, then ultimately the demand of energy is very, very high. And to fulfill the demand of high energy, the supply of oxygen produce is limited only. Generally, simple, normal. Okay. So in other words, I can say that during a heavy exercise, demand of energy is more, but the supply of oxygen is less. So what happened? To fulfill the demand of extra energy, anaerobic respiration takes place in our muscles, and it takes place in the absence. Why it is absence of oxygen? Because see, suppose you are jumping. Okay, when you are jumping, have you ever noticed that you are breathing very fast, and sometimes you open your mouth and started breathing instead of your nose? Why it is so? Because at that time we are taking more and more oxygen. Okay, and our breathing is very fast, so that we will take more and more oxygen, so that the less amount of oxygen, okay, the amount of oxygen should be fulfilled completely. And generally, what is the let me explain you with the help of this equation. So what happens generally, the glucose which is present in the cells of the muscles, they respire anaerobically, and we get a new thing that is called lactic acid. Energy is produced, but it is very, very less, and it happens not all over the body. Generally it happens at some places. Okay, and in your word I want to tell you that after a heavy exercise, when fast running, cycling, okay, lifting, we sometimes get muscle cramp. Have you heard this word, cramps? Okay, most of the time, even students, and when you are playing very aggressively for many hours, what happens generally, you feel cramps in your thigh muscles or in your arms. Okay, so what happened actually, because why it is happen, because the cramp occurs when muscle cells respire anaerobically. And what is the culprit behind the pain? Okay, generally cramps gives you pain, and what is the culprit behind the pain? That is the formation of the acid, and this acid is lactic acid. So what happened? Because of the accumulation of lactic acid in the muscle cells, okay, cramps happen and you feel pain. And what your mom do at that time? Do you remember when you are having cramps in your legs, what your mother do? Yes. So I hope with the help of simple massage or hot water bath, okay, the cramps pain, generally it get over after some time. Why it is so? Why what the hot water bath or the massage do? Okay, what actually they do, they increase the circulation. When we massage at a particular area, what happens generally, that area get little warm. Okay, and what happened, the blood circulation, it increases. So what happens generally, there is a increase the it increase the circulation of blood in the muscles, and as a result the supply of oxygen to the muscle cells increases, and the increase in the supply of oxygen result in the complete breakdown of what? Food. And because of that, instead of lactic acid, now when it is complete breakdown of food, we get oxygen, water and energy, and the pain is over at that time. Okay, one more interesting thing which I want to tell you about anaerobic respiration. It is also seen in some parasitic organisms. Do you remember parasitic plants we had learned? Cascata, the parasitic plants. Okay, they live in the inside and on the host body. Do you remember? So here we are talking about the parasitic animals, and I'm giving you the example of parasitic animal like the roundworm, tapeworm, flatworm. They live inside the alimentary canal, okay, of your body, and when they are present, the roundworms and the flatworms, they are present in the alimentary canal, and they do not get oxygen in the alimentary canal. So what they do, they generally they respire anaerobically. Okay, so this is how anaerobic respiration it takes place in yeast, sometime at certain areas of your muscle cells, and in the roundworms and the flatworms. I hope you are able to understand what is respiration, what are the two-step external respiration that we call breathing, then what is external respiration, that is breathing, internal respiration, that is cellular, which take place inside the cell of the body, and then again it is of two type: cellular respiration, one in the presence of oxygen, that we call aerobic respiration, in the absence of oxygen, that is anaerobic respiration. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand the general introduction of respiration. That's all for this session. Stay blessed.